Authorities say 2 people were shot near Windsor Spring Road this afternoon. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office says deputies responded to Wrdw Drive near the skate land of Augusta. We're told 2 men were taken to AAU Medical Center for treatment. Their injuries are said to be non-life threatening, and as of tonight, there is no information on a suspect, but the investigation is still ongoing. Have you seen this man? The Richmond County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in finding 72-year-old Eddie Ruffin. He was last seen walking in the Castle Pines subdivision off Mike Patchett Highway yesterday. Officials say he's also known to visit the food line on Tobacco Road. If you have any information on where Mr. Ruffin may be, you're urged to call the number on your screen. And youth soccer teams from across the Southeast were in town this weekend to compete in the Columbia County Cup tournament at Patriots Park. Our Sydney Hood was out there today to find out how much this event contributed to the area's business and tourism.
Yeah, Craig, this tournament brings kids from all over Georgia and both the Carolinas to the CSRA and has been doing so for the last 27 years. Formerly known as the Aiken Cup, the tournament moved across the river to Georgia 3 years ago, bringing more people and more money with them. The fields are full, and it's those players and fans that are scoring big for the area.
Our goal is to fill up every hotel room in Columbia County first, and then the overflow will go to Richmond County. We seem to accomplish that.
Nearly 150 soccer teams are participating in this year's Columbia County Cup.
This is one of the biggest turnouts we've had in recent years.
More people means a bigger influx of revenue for the area's businesses.
Greensboro, North Carolina, Charlotte, and when they bring, 15 teams for each club, that's, 60, 75 room nights, a night. So, and then you've got the other ones, and it turns out to be, 500, 600 room nights. And that's a big economic impact to the county.
Outside of lodging and dining at local restaurants, the tournament offers food and snack vendors.
A big part of it is the local vendors. We try and work with local vendors to give them the opportunity to bring in their merchandise, their resources, and so give them an opportunity to benefit.
The customers, they come from everywhere, all over. The food sells itself. We pretty much just hand it out and take them out.
And with this turnout coming out of a pandemic, they are more than excited to come back next year.
We have an opportunity to really showcase the Augusta area, specifically Grovetown and Evans.
Officials with the tournament say with the past 2 days of games, they are expecting to bring roughly $650,000 to $750,000 to Columbia County. As the final games conclude today, officials say preparation for next year's tournament starts tomorrow morning.
Thanks for that, Sydney. Fallout continues tonight after a redacted version of the affidavit in the FBI's investigation into Donald Trump was released. A judge set a hearing for Thursday to consider Trump's request to have a third party oversee the review of the classified documents seized. Meanwhile, a new CBS poll breaks down how voters are reacting. 58% of Democrats say the search was about national security, while only 20% of Republicans agree. 90% of Republican voters in the survey think the raid was a political attempt to damage former President Donald Trump.
On the one hand, it could be, as some Republicans think, just a political witch hunt. On the other hand, it could be really serious, federal felonies.
Where do you
don't
come
know
down on that? Political reporters around the country are keeping a close eye on how this investigation impacts midterm elections come November. An outage affecting the SNAP was reported earlier today, affecting people in multiple states. This afternoon, South Carolina's Department of Social Service said they were aware of the issue, and according to their Twitter, the situation appears to have been resolved. SNAP provides nutritional benefits to supplement food budgets for low-income families. Heartbreaking story out of Atlanta this weekend. A 7-year-old girl was shot and killed during a family gathering Saturday night. The little girl has been identified as Ava Phillips. Officials say there was a shootout after the gathering got into an argument and then broke out.
And during this exchange of gunfire, that's where our victim was hit. A couple of individuals left the scene after the shooting. So we're asking anyone that was here to call Crime Stoppers or the homicide unit.
Police are now searching for the person responsible. So far, no suspects have been named. 2 people are now behind bars after police in North Georgia discovered a multi-million-dollar meth lab run out of a horse stable. This is a look at some of the drugs and other things seized from the lab this weekend. Agents say they got a tip about suspicious activity and discovered an active meth conversion lab in one of the buildings. The Appalachian Regional Drug Enforcement Office recovered over 250 gallons of liquid meth and another 5 kilograms of crystal meth. Happening tomorrow, 4 SLED agents are expected to testify in the Wrdw murder trial. On top of that, a motion filed in Colton County says SLED will have to provide incident reports, notes, search warrants, and other documents in the hearings. Alex Wrdw pleaded not guilty to the murder charges in the death of his wife, Maggie, and son, Paul. Deputies in Louisiana are searching for the last remaining body after 4 people drowned Friday. It happened on Sabine River along the Louisiana-Texas border. Officials say 3 adults were trying to rescue a child from a river's current but were unsuccessful.
This is a very popular spot for people to come and swim and, hang out. It's a beautiful beach. The problem is this river's dangerous. It changes daily.
The sheriff's office says they plan to keep the search and rescue team going as long as they can. Ukrainians living in almost 20 years after a serial sniper terrorized the D.C. area, a court ruled the surviving accomplice had to be resentenced. Lee Boyd Malvo was only 17 when he was sentenced to life without parole. The Maryland Court of Appeals ruled the 8th Amendment protects offenders under 18 years old from being sentenced to life in certain cases. His partner, John Allen Muhammad, was executed in 2009 for his role in killing 10 and injuring 3 people. A shooting at New York's famous Coney Island ended with 1 person dead and 4 more injured this weekend. Police say it happened late Saturday night at the boardwalk. The victim killed was a man who shot in the back. 3 other victims were shot in the leg and another in the foot. Officials say so far no one has been arrested. Chipotle in Lansing, Michigan became the first of nearly 3,000 locations to unionize. Workers voted to form a union with the International Brotherhood of Team Masters. In a statement, the union said they are organizing to improve hours and raise wages. They are one of many locations trying to be unionized. To Jackson, Mississippi now, where leaders are urging people to head for high ground as the state braces for major flooding. As Cole Higgins reports, the governor there already declared a state of emergency for some areas.
If we risk the life of one individual, that's one individual too many.
The mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, pleading with residents this weekend.
Get out now. Get out as soon as possible.
Record-setting rain threatening to flood streets and homes as early as Sunday night. The Pearl River projected to crest at a whopping 36 feet late Sunday through Monday evening, according to authorities. Governor Tate Reeves says his administration is actively monitoring the situation using drones to keep an eye on water levels. So far, the state also deploying at least 126,000 sandbags to divert rising waters.
Because we have seen these events as recently as 2020, we have a reference point and we know the damage that can occur.
It was just crazy, a whole bunch of chaos and everybody moving at the same time.
Sean Miller, a lifelong Jackson resident, says his home was flooded with nearly a foot of water back in February 2020. And now, on Sunday afternoon, his street is taking on water again.
It's just a little bit concerning. You worry about it, you cut the power off, you leaving the house, you pretty much have to pick up and leave, and you just got to come back and hope for the best.
Scientists warn extreme flooding events like this could happen more often as the planet warms up, citing global warming as one of the prime reasons.
A tough situation out there in Mississippi.